Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'll be going through and talking about some hot takes for the new season coming up in 2022. Before we get started, you guys know the drill. Follow on socials at Matt O'Leary NY. Also, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast wherever it is you get your podcast, and you got bonus content over on Patreon. All right, so without further ado, let's pull up those hot takes I asked you on Twitter, and well, here's what you guys had to say. So, as I said, I'll start. Carl Lawson ends the streak of not having a double digit sack guy. Man, wouldn't that be nice to have? That's my hot take for the 2022 season. And we'll go through. Nick says Jets secondary will rank top 5 in yards allowed this season. Ooh. Now, if you're looking at secondary specifically, okay, possibly. The linebackers in coverage and potentially in free safety in coverage might be a little bit of an issue. Jake says Sauce Gardner wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Garrett Wilson, Offensive Rookie of the Year with 11 receiving touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. Wow. Okay, so a Defensive Rookie of the Year and Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think if anyone has a chance to win this award, win any Rookie of the Year, I would think Brees Hall would be the one. As our next commenter says, Brees Hall Rookie of the Year and Pro Bowl. Okay, I like that. I like that one. NY fan says Quincy Williams breaks out and becomes one of the Jets' best defensive players. Quincy does have upside. He is so far in his career a little inconsistent. So he's gonna have to get a little bit more consistent here and be a little bit better in coverage. If that's the case, then yeah, let's see a breakout year. NYJ says Quinton Williams makes the Pro Bowl this year and solidifies himself as a top 10 defensive tackle in the NFL. I agree with that one. I think that's pretty likely to happen. I like that a lot, actually. Alpha Anaconda, top 5 defense and offense. I would be floored if the Jets defense finished top 15. I mean, to go from 32 up to 15 would be a gigantic leap. 22 is where I'll say they finish on in defense. Offense, they should hang right around the halfway point. I would love top 15. I'm going to say 16, right in the middle, though. Tyson Roush. So if you don't know, you should be following Tyson and his content. He says Conklin will have more catches than Uzama and will be among team leaders. I love Tyler Conklin. I agree. I think Conklin's going to be the better receiver of the two. Uzama is going to be the veteran leadership guy, probably the better blocker, but Conklin is going to be that guy, I think, as a receiver. Benny and the Jets. He says Sauce finishes the year with at least 4 picks. I'm going to say 4 exactly. I think that's my number for Sauce Gardner. I like that one. Ooh, this one's a good one. Anthony Jets life and wife. He says Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson both put up 1,000-yard seasons, solidifying the wide receiver position for years to come. I don't think either of them hits it. I think they both come close, but are under. Because I think they're going to spread the ball around too much. But I love that 1-2 punch of Elijah and Garrett Wilson. Here's a good one. Hot take. We'll have at least 1 Pro Bowler. I agree. I think there'll be 2 or 3. Finn is not a Greg Zerloin fan. He says he will be cut before October. Pat K says Zach breaks the single season record in touchdowns and passing yards. That would be phenomenal, by the way. It's not super crazy to think because the Jets, I think it's right over 4,000 yards is their leader, Joe Namath, and Ryan Fitzpatrick has the most passing touchdowns in Jets history. Alive for 5 of 27 says the Jets will have a top 5 run defense. JFM moving inside with the additions of JJ and Lawson coming back to do the trick. I think they'll be very solid against the run, especially with the additions of JJ and DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner and Whitehead. I think they're going to help out a lot in the run game. Darth Denzel Mims will catch a touchdown. Somehow he does not have a touchdown pass. I don't know how, but he doesn't. Gobble Gang, Jets handedly beat the Ravens in week 1 and use that momentum to start the season 3-1. I love the optimism there, my friend. Jets media, you know him, you love him. He says Elijah Moore will be a top 10 receiver in the NFL, 1,300 yards and 10 plus touchdowns. Holy smokes, do I love that one. That would be a home run if the Jets, I can't even fathom that. Other than the that random season the Jets had from Brandon Marshall in 2015, the Jets don't get production like that from the wide receiver position. So that would be insane. John says Carl Lawson comes back and has double-digit sacks along with Quinn Williams as well. Okay, so 2 double-digit sack guys. I love that. Ooh, interesting one from Mike. He says Conklin will lead the team in touchdowns for the season. I think he's gonna be utilized a lot. I don't know if I would go that far though, but you never know. Evan says Quincy Williams solidifies himself as a Pro Bowl linebacker. Improved awareness paired with his peak athleticism makes him a playmaker on defense. There's no denying his athleticism. We just have to see if I think this is going into his 4th year in the league. If he's a little bit more consistent with the football IQ. Juan says there'll be 2, which I'm guessing is saying that there will be 2 players with 10 or more sacks this year. Ooh, Aiden says Jermaine Johnson and Carl Lawson combined for 20 plus. I think 20 is a little on the high side for me. I'm going to go right around 15 or 16 for those 2 combined. Garrett Wilson will be a Pro Bowler with 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. I would love that one. Sauce ends the season on the top 10 quarterback list. Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair hot take. Pinnock will end the year as a starter at safety. That's a sneaky hot take, but I don't think it's that off. I think that's a really good one. I think they like him a lot. I think he's your starter in 2023 as LaMarcus Joyner is getting up there in age and probably just a stopgap guy. Jonathan says Mims scores a touchdown week 1, first touchdown of the Jets season. DC Jets have not 1 or not 2, but 3 all pros. Holy smokes, 3 all pros. I'm not used to this kind of love to the Jets roster. We have another Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson, both with 1,000 plus. Jets will win. Mark says Jets will win 10 games, and Rich Cimini was still trash the organization. LOL, that's funny. We have another Quinn Williams double-digit sack. Let's talk Jets radio. You should check them out. Says AVT will be a Pro Bowler this year. I love that. And Matthew comes in and says Clemens will play shirtless. That's great. Wild Billy says Carl Lawson comeback player of the year. Ooh, who else could potentially be comeback player of the year? I don't know. Odell Beckham has gotten some love recently. I would think it's probably going to go to a quarterback. Lamar feels like a good guess at that. Man, it's usually a quarterback award. Who was hurt last year? Am I missing someone else who was obvious? Lamar keeps jumping out to me. So I think he's probably going to win it. Or maybe like a Derrick Henry if he just has a ridiculous season. Ricky says Jets win the division. Love that. Ricky Lopez says Conklin emerges as a top 10 tight end in fantasy. I don't think that's all that crazy. I like that a lot. Tom says playoffs. Ooh, I would love a playoffs. That is a hot take. That is, especially when the Jets had 4 wins last year. Predicting a 4-win team to make the playoffs is definitely a hot take. Just End the Stigma says top 2 touchdown totals for receivers will be Elijah Moore and Tyler Conklin. Wow, I like that one. That's cool. Tyler Conklin, that's a good guess. Buffalo Jet fan says Michael Carter leads all NFL running backs in yards per carry. Love that. Michael Carter, I think he's still going to have a role this year. We're not kicking Michael Carter to the curb. Okay, that's a cool one. What else we got? Mims will be an AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Holy smokes, that's a hot take. I love it, Shanny. Jets Today, make sure to subscribe to Jets Today. He says Zach Wilson will improve a lot this season, but not to the extent that many fans think. For example, 4,000 plus yards, 30 plus touchdowns, etc. And then he also says Breece Hall wins Rookie of the Year. I ask him what his yardage prediction is, and he says just under. I think like 3,900. He ends up saying. Let's see. Yeah, 3,750 to 3,900. And last one, Mims becomes the number 3 guy and finishes with 60 catches for 750 yards and 6 touchdowns. That'd be wild if he put up that production. I hope he does, but I don't know. Are they going to have 3 guys with 700 plus yards? Zach's going to have to throw for a lot of yards if that's the case. But those are the hot takes. Thank you so much for sending them in. Let me know your hot take, in the comments below. Get at me on social media. Subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you next time.